bad facts make bad law and Loper Bright, maybe the agency should not have interpreted the statute to require the fishermen to pay for the regulators on their boat. But that doesn't mean that the entire Chevron doctrine must be killed. And it does bother me that the fishermen are seen, but Miss Munoz and her husband are not. And Justice Barrett gets around this in Munoz by saying, whether the doctrine of constant non-reviewability doesn't apply to a U.S. citizen. That's Miss Munoz, not Luis, who's outside the United States. Mm-hmm. But Miss Munoz doesn't have a right that she can assert. And it would appear, and I'm not even sure, but it would appear that you don't get due process unless you have an underlying constitutional right. I'm not sure that is necessarily correct, but that is certainly the framework that Justice Barrett and the majority used in Munoz. And now the right to marriage is still a right in this country. Yeah. It's a constitutional right, but Justice Barrett didn't see that as the right that Miss Munoz was trying to.
Yeah, that was the part that really put it off, because it was kind of con law 101, the parts that I did see on stuff, and that whole scale of what it is, of what rights are, what interests they have, and that's ridiculous for U.S. citizen not to be your spouse. Getting married is one of the fundamental stuff.
And she was in her defense, she was clear, and she said, this is not about the right to. This is how she gets around it. She said, this is not about the right to marry. This is about to live with one's spouse in the country that they want to live in, and that's separate and not protected by the